Good afternoon and welcome to LUTV's coverage of this Professional Development League game. The 23 is taking on Crewe Alexandra, and as you can see is pretty soggy and miserable conditions here in Crewe, so do apologise for the pictures, of course, doing our best with them, but it is a case of battling the elements today to make sure we can bring you the coverage. So Leeds have got the away strip on today, the grey with the pink trim, and Crewe will wear red with white. A bit of background information on the two. It's 6th versus the Crewe side today. Leeds sitting much prettier in 3rd, and Leeds really impressive last few weeks. Unbeaten in 7, won 6 of those matches last time out. A 5-0 success over Hull. Crewe beat Sheffield Wednesday 2-1 last time out, unbeaten in 2. And Crewe did beat Leeds here at this very ground last season. In terms of the teams, Leeds go with Myers in goal, Hazana, Cresswell, Kenner, Struick and Davis, Stevens, Shackleton, McCalmont, Huggins and Ryan Edmondson. And the bench for the Whites today is Harrison Mayle, Jack Jenkins, Ollie Casey, Matthias Burgess and Liam McCarron. For Crewe, very quickly, it is Richards, Johnson, Jones and Bulu. Woodgate as we get the game underway. And out for a very early throw-in, it's Heath, Griffiths, Offord, Dale, Onyeka and Finney. Crewe subs, Lomas, Booth, Robbins and Jalo. Ben, it's a ground that we have bad memories of last year. Very poor afternoon in very bad conditions. I'm quite surprised to say today's are even worse.
I didn't think last year could get any worse, but it seems to have done. And looks like just gone out for an early corner there for Crewe, but no, in the season last year when we were so successful, that was probably the lowest moment for this group of 23s, coaching staff as well, coming here and just getting turned over far too easy. So they're trying to put that wrong right today.
Yeah, Crewe have an early corner. One man across to mark up. Hooked away pretty effectively by Leeds. Good header by Kenner out towards Huggins, and Cresswell will clear long down the line. And that one is going to trickle out despite it being a pretty boggy pitch to say the least. It is going to trickle out for a goal kick. They'll take it short and Ryan Edmondson up top will put the pressure on. Good interception on that far side. Kenner stepping up. Bryce Hazana now coming out to the right as that ball's gone over the top, and Callum Myers in this all orange strip will be able to bring it under control. So Leeds do have a game in hand on the team above them. It's a huge week this for the 23s. This is a ground, as we mentioned, was not the finest for them last year. Big chance to put that right, and then it's Birmingham on a Friday. Leeds get an interception. Good work. Edmondson, he's got options to his left and to his right. The ball looking for Stevens was too hot, and it's going to trickle out of play, and it will be a Crewe goal kick, Ben. And that was a big moment early doors. Yeah,
big chance. Good early pressure though. Bryce Hazana coming in off that right back position, just tracking the winger who's drifted in. That's they put great pressure, won the ball high up, and that's where we're at as best, when we can turn the ball over high in the final third, getting runners in beyond. And I thought Ryan Edmondson was going to have a shot at goal. I wouldn't have begrudged him one little bit. Tried to do the little pass down the side, too much on it, but good early pressure.
Yeah, as I was saying, it's Birmingham next up, who do sit around Leeds in the table. Leeds have a game in hand on the team above to the team below. And a couple of wins will put them in a really good position as Cresswell goes back to Myazek, and it isn't the finest clearance, gets little powers, but he gets away with it. Leeds will recover and go out towards the left-hand side. Edmondson's touch takes him away, and now Davis can come forward. It's a strong run from Leif Davis. Shackleton will hold up possession. Davis will go inside, and it's a decent ball looking for Edmondson. Well, going to be cleared away, and Finney for Crewe can pick it up. Cresswell wrestling. No one. Kenner nearly kicks him in the side of the head, just trying to scrap away, and Kenner will stand on that to make sure Crewe can't take it quickly. Smart play. Of course, a big week for him last week with the under-18 success and a new contract as well.
And we know Kenna today, it looks like he's operating in a midfield type of role, seen him a lot at centre-half lately with the under-23s. And as you mentioned there, Tom, with under-18s, the success came through to the next round on Thursday evening through penalties. But no, like we mentioned on Thursday in commentary, that he has got the ability to play in midfield, and that's where he's starting today, winning the second balls there.
Yeah, perfect timing, Benedy. Nips in. Here is Stevens. Hosanna, the man on his inside, and Stevens uses his right back into McCalmont, who, because of Kenna's presence, can play a bit further forward today. It's Struick to Davis. Davis wants a 1-2 with Huggins, and he gets one. He's good from Leeds. Cross comes in, headed away by Crewe. It's only going to fall to McCalmont. Back to Huggins. There is Struick, and Cresswell is in the centre circle now. Inside the first 5 minutes, and Leeds have got into their groove and started to put pressure on this Crewe team. Stevens back inside. McCalmont's finding space early doors. Tries to thread the ball through, and it's a thumbs up from the teammate in, I think it's Jimmy Shackleton, in fact, who just tried to arch his run. Ben couldn't see it. That's twice now. Very similar pass on the outside of the right boot. Maybe just a case of third time lucky, but Leeds started quite well.
And it's the second time that Shackleton's tried to make that third man run, going in behind Ryan Edmondson. And that's what you're going to need, likes of Shackleton, get up and support him, because you don't want to keep him isolated. But I think we made an excellent start so far.
Yeah, Stevens comes inside. It goes to Davis. Davis will swing this ball in, looking for Edmondson. It's headed away. Shackleton there on hand. He wanted to try and get that return pass. Stevens went for it, and that's another one that's gone behind and out for a goal kick. So it will be Crewe to take. It looks like they're in no rush. Again, a reminder, if you are just tuning in, apologies for the pictures today. The conditions in Crewe are miserable, to say the least, and wind and rain having to battle with. I'm not sure the players have been enjoying themselves too much either.
I'm not sure our cameraman Jack Bowers will be enjoying himself either, wiping the lens. But no, like I say, we've all got to battle through this today.
As Crewe get down the left-hand side, and that's good work from their left back, which is too quick to get past Stevens, and Stevens does enough to put the pressure on. The keeper Richards hooks it straight into the far side. There is Hosanna. Edmondson, good layoff. Shackleton. Pascal Struick again. Cresswell. Here is Hosanna. Edmondson again, lovely layoff, and Hosanna might go and retrieve it. He does. Now it's a chance for him to burst to the edge of the box. He might fancy a strike. He'll lay it off instead to now Huggins, who has to cut back. Davis is there in support, though. The wind gets hold of that and almost helps Edmondson. Eventually it's cleared, and no one can just calms things down. He's not really missing interception, I don't think. It's been a fine start to the game from him. Ball forward into the box, and the referee's going to give a free kick there. There's a little nudge in the back from Niall Huggins. But again, Ben, good pressure from Leeds, right to left. No, I guess, real style of play. They're not trying to target one wing. If it's not going to go, they're coming back inside. And I think Edmondson's first touch with his back to goal has been pretty solid so far. Due
to the lack of the gantry, obviously, where we're positioned just pitch side, the good thing about that is you can see the movement and the passing up close and see how much the work off the ball and how much quality they have to do with the little one-touch layoffs. And it highlighted with the Bryce Sang little move there, nearly breaking forward, but it was a good little build-up play. And I have to say, I thought we might have tried to go a little bit longer due to the conditions and the pitch, but no, we haven't. We've still kept on playing like we normally want to do, and so far it's working really well, moving Crewe around, and they can't get near us so far.
Yeah, it's out on that far side. It will be a Leeds throw-in. Davis to take his time. McCalmont moves further forward. That allows Cresswell to pick up the pieces. Great performance from Cresswell again in the 18s on Thursday. There's Stevens. Shackleton went to try and find Stevens, who had set off too early. Hosanna had come far too down the line. And we have a throw-in. Ball forward. Here is Cresswell. Back to Majacek. And across to Cresswell again. And Leeds will allow the centre-back to come forward, all very confident in Cresswell's ability to pick a pass, which he's done just there. Davis inside to Shackleton. Oh, Shackleton, I think, just got caught in two minds there. But again, terrific work rate from him. And Leeds in numbers swarming, just trying to get that ball back. And McCalmont now comes across. Edmondson, as per usual, will not give the defender a moment's peace. Up to Davis. Davis just gets caught. McCalmont nips in, and it's back to Majacek. Again, I mean, we talked about the attacking play a few moments ago, Ben. We're nearly 10 minutes in, but I've been very impressed by, in terms of the line, how high up the pitch Leeds are winning the ball today. It's not in their own half. It's pretty much just before halfway, and this will tire Crewe out going in towards half-time. And
a day like today, again, you need to do all the horrible side of the game really well. Winning the second balls, not allowing Crewe a moment to get on the half turn, get the head up, trying to find a pass. And that's what we've been doing so far. Like saying, keep winning the second balls, and I say we're at its best on the transitions. Win second balls, going forward, on the turnovers, keep doing that, and hopefully the chances will come off back of that as we're doing today, trying to win another second on Alpha McCalmont.
Yeah, ball forward. And it's a free kick. Bryce Zanna just leaves his foot in on Woodthorpe. Seems like nobody in a rush so far to set these set pieces, which is no real surprise. That wind helping Crewe out slightly. Cresswell does really well to read it. It's going to make life difficult for keepers as well today. Good pressure from Leeds. So Kenner tries to nip in. Across comes McCalmont as well. And there's Bryce Zanna to bring the ball away. Good communication from Leeds to just allow him to carry it out of defence. No need for a hoof downfield. That's released Stevens. That's a heavy touch though. He's clipped as he goes past, and he perhaps would like a free kick. Nothing given. That's good feet in midfield from Finney, but eventually Leeds do well to put pressure on. One touch too many. Here is Huggins. Swings the cross in, looking for Edmondson. It's going to be fired away. Kenner to Hazana, near post. Just doesn't get enough whip or power on the ball. It's an easy save for Richards. A couple of Crewe players played in the last couple of games against Leeds. Offord, Finney, Onyeka as well. It's got some dangerous players that Leeds will need to watch out for. Testament though, Ben, just to have a quick chat about the balls out of play to the turnaround in the campaign. Of course, it was a slower start than we were used to last season. But in terms of catching up and going on a run to put yourself back in title contention, it's been near perfect. Just the 6 wins out of 7.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I'm sure they'll take that. But what's been good though, just the relentlessness of the play, and just been ruthless, taking each game as it comes. And they knew they had that thing in locker. They didn't get too panicky in terms of not making the best of starts in the campaign, because they knew they got the quality to go on a good run.
Yeah, ball to the far post, cut back, and it's a chance for Leeds. And Crewe just get there. Jones, the man that's got a touch to it. There is Woodthorpe, and Crewe playing out from the back, taking a few risks. Calmont has to stay on his feet. Goes down. It's well brought away from number 11, which is Heath. He switched the play. Leeds have to get back, and Huggins has done just what he can, and Majacek picks up the pieces and he bowls this ball out. McCalmont's now back on his feet and then on the attack. Stevens running at Woodthorpe. He's got Edmondson on his inside. Stevens' cross is blocked. Here is Cresswell looking over his shoulder to try and pick a pass. And there is Pascal Strachan. Bodes well for Leeds at centre-back at youth level. We've got Ollie Casey on the bench, who, of course, played against Huddersfield for the first team. He's been magnificent this year when playing for the 23s, as Stevens just tries to play a long ball forward. And again, the conditions playing their part, and you can see Stevens is frustrated with himself, but perhaps that might be the last pass that, well, either side will try long across the field of play until the weather calms down, because just to let you know, it was sunny earlier. It was quite nice. and now it obviously isn't.
Yeah, it was a lovely day at Crewe just before kick-off. But if you're going to do the pass, there you go. That's a diagonal. It's definitely on there. Where there's more space out wide. Yeah,
certainly tried it. And a bit more power on that one, so perhaps it will work if there's enough venom behind the pass. McCalmonton tries to slot the ball through for Stevens, and good interception from Heath. There is Finney. And Crewe can now bring the ball away.
Excellent, Cresswell.
Cresswell dispossesses Jones. Cresswell again looking for an option. Side foots the ball through. It's a really good one. Stevens across the face. Plenty of power on it. It's too far past Edmondson. Davis and Huggins are the two on the left today for Leeds, and they will work hard to win the ball back. McCalmont, he's got Davis on the left for him. It's Shackleton instead that's his first option. Stevens looking for Bryce Azana towards the near post. Again, it's just going to fall to Offord instead of Edmondson. That area of the pitch looks a little boggy compared to the rest. A few of those balls that have got there have seemed to get stuck as Edmondson gets back into position. As McCalmont from Stevens, a chance. Now Kenner getting forward from that deep midfield position. Good pressure from Stevens once again. Here he is once more. Another good cross looking for Edmondson, who brings it under control. He'll strike. It's blocked. Finally getting onto one of those crosses. A good run from the Leeds number 9. Calmont will have a go as well, just past the far post. Not sure if Richards touched it. Edmondson saying he did, and the referee disagrees. But it's a couple of times, I mean, you mentioned it earlier with Edmondson, that we've got, I guess, 25 yards out. Leeds have got possession and they're going sideways. And in these conditions, I'm surprised a few of them have not gone for those early shots to goal.
Yeah, exactly. And that'll be the talk before they came out. Like, look at the conditions, lads. Anywhere near that penalty area, we've got half a yard. Test the keeper out. But I was about to say, up until the last minute or so, just the quality in the final third wasn't there. I think the build-up play has been good. Winning the second balls has been good. But just that little bit of quality's not been there. But the last minute or so, just upped it a little notch. And again, intercepted a pass. Can we go punish him now?
Yeah, Edmondson this time is out wide. He goes towards the far post. Body's queuing up, and it's over the bar. And Leif Davis, the man that's got to it. But a bit of confusion here because...
Well, surely that's a corner kick.
I thought it was a corner. It seems to take a clear deflection. But the referee has listened to any of these appeals. There's a lot of players still in and around the box. Now the keeper's coming across as well. This is given an instant on the edge of the area. They're lining up a wall, so it would appear they've suggested a free kick on the edge. Perhaps a foul or a handball on the edge of the area, perhaps, Ben?
Yeah, it must be obviously something that's been off camera. Someone trying to make a late run into the box, maybe, like I say, just been pulled back. But what an opportunity this is, by the way.
Yeah, so Davis has stepped over the ball. Edmondson's the man that appears to have called rank with this, and Leif Davis is just causing a nuisance. Trying to unsettle the wall. He's going to try and get sandwiched right in between it. Referee just telling him to come away for now. So there's a red wall of Crewe shirts for Ryan Edmondson to beat here. He might even be cheeky and go underneath the wall and try and surprise Richards. Noah Kenner standing in the way to help him out. A free kick to come. It will be Edmondson who strikes towards the goal. Richards spills it. Stevens is on hand. There is Hosanna. Stevens perhaps can't go for that being offside, and Leeds do well to keep the ball. Cresswell again. Ball out, well brought down from Bright Hosanna. Into the middle. Calmont looking sharp today. Good turn from him on the edge of the box. Stevens going away from goal. He's still going to wrap his foot around it. Huggins gets there as well. Intense pressure this from Leeds. Noah Kenner with a cute ball inside. He was trying to feed it to Jamie Shackleton. And Richards will clap the Crewe players, but they're under some intense pressure, as we say, Ben. Perhaps Leeds will probably feel there should be at least one goal to the good.
Yeah, we're dictating the play, dictating the tempo, territory. And that's, like you said there, Tom, the only thing that's missing at the moment is a goal from his performance, because these areas especially are turning the ball over so well. But that's why you need the quality then to go counter-attack, go punish them, try not let Crewe get back in numbers. But don't force the pass as well. Do the right things in the right areas.
Yeah, ball forward. Now, Leeds have got some defending to do. It is with Finney from Onyeka's pass. Finney forced away from goal. There is Heath to Woodthorpe. Cresswell deals with it really well. Lovely drop of the shoulder as well. Just a reminder, the brightest conditions today. Today's game brought to you by Deliveroo and Food Freedom. But some of those players will be enjoying some warm food right now. They cannot be enjoying any second of this. This is when you must be enjoying retirement.
I'm not going to lie, yeah, I don't miss occasions and days like this. Not one little bit, but from our point of view, I think we've adapted so well to these conditions. We saw however it was in the Youth Cup, the pitch on Thursday night, and it took a lot out of the players, did that, but probably similar conditions to today. And we're playing really some good stuff at the moment.
Yeah, considering the elements the Leeds are battling. A chance here to counter. That's launched straight towards the Leeds box. Pascal Strigg, fantastic work with the inside of his thigh just to cushion it to Kamil Majacek. And Cresswell now can bring the ball away. Reminder of the Leeds subs, which I'm sure we'll see today. Mail, Jenkins, Casey, Bogus and McCarran. There is Davis to Cresswell. McCalmont into Shackleton. McCalmont again looking to try and play it around the corner, looking for Stevens, who just can't get there. That was a potential pass that could have reached two. Edmondson and Stevens both running for it. And not a bad idea, really. You know, trying to get Crewe working in behind towards their own goal.
It's not a bad idea, but when it gets a bit too straight and, like I say, you're only about 30-35 yards from the goal, it's got to be so precise, that pass, because you're just going to run out of play like it did on that occasion. So, yeah, it's good to see the movement going in behind, but if you're looking for that pass, maybe just do it from more of a deep lying position, just so you give you a chance so the ball can stay in play. But there's a good option just to get the Crewe back for. As soon as they're getting the runners in behind, they'll drop a bit deeper, and that's when you can get balls to feet in those little, in between the lines, between the midfield and the defence, like you can just say, get on the half turn.
Yeah, there is Stevens to Hosanna. Here is Shackleton. Ball in behind. Shackleton just beaten to it. Cresswell to Struick. He's got Davis out on the left, but decides to go back to Cresswell.
Good pass.
Really good pass, and needs to get bodies into the box. It is Huggins that's going to try and dance his way into the area, looking for Edmondson. It's a few times now that he's been able to coming on his stronger right foot. Alexandra once more in behind. McCalmont bursting forward, just about getting there. Is the Crewe number 8, Regan Griffiths. Had to time that right because Alfie McCalmont was coming in and potential penalty on the cards.
What we have done well is set up that little triangle, so whether it's on the right or left hand side. This occasion, Bryce Azana and Jordan Stevens on the right, but then you've got a midfield runner, as you're going to see, Alfie McCalmont again getting in behind, trying to win a free kick, and it doesn't look like it's going our way.
No, the Crewe player Clement McCalmont went down early, but the referee not interested either. So we, as we say, Ben did say we got to get play going on and a goal kick. Richards takes it short once more. What do you think the conditions are making you do, to be honest? There is Cresswell. Leeds were looking for a free kick. McCalmont was caught late. It's an early ball. It's out of play. Thought we might get advantage there, but the referee clearly didn't believe that there was enough contact on Alfie McCalmont on the edge of the centre circle. He's going to try a long goal kick.
If you want to get a grasp of the conditions, look at the trees behind the goal.
Let's see where this one goes. Richards might have to get ready, I think, if it comes straight back at him. It doesn't, unfortunately, but Cresswell wins the header regardless. McCalmont to Hazana. Shackleton trying to get in behind. It's a little scoop. And when Kenner flicks the ball back. Good covering from Leeds with Kenner pushing up. McCalmont's dropping back. And that's Davis back to Majacek, and needs a good first touch. Hooks it away. Just about gets it past the striker, but Leeds have to get back, and they do with Alfie McCalmont, who really needed to make that interception. Very timely, such as the pressure that was on him. Over halfway through this first half, and Leeds need to cap this strong start with a goal. The straight goes down the line, stopped by a mixture of Crewe players down that right wing. Johnson, Dale now with Onyeka. He cuts the ball back, and nobody there for Crewe on the edge of the box. Eventually Griffiths will get there. Kenner. Stevens now putting pressure on Woodthorpe. And Bulu. Edmondson having to come back as the shot comes in. And Leeds just for a second switching off, but from shots from out there and efforts like that, Leeds will take it. But it is a team that we've seen punish Leeds, and on the counter they are putting bodies forward, Ben.
They are trying to get bodies forward every opportunity. They haven't had many times to get forward in those forward areas and commit men forward, but from a defensive unit there, from our point of view, you're happy when you're taking or receiving shots from that distance. It's got to be a worldy strike to find back of the net, and I just think collectively look really strong, really disciplined at the moment off the ball.
Yeah, ball down the line. Crewe have just whipped that one straight out for a throw-in. Cresswell to take it early to Struick. Nice turn by Cresswell. Struick's going to go out towards the far left. It's a good idea as well, and Huggins tries to keep it in. He's appealing for a touch off the Crewe player, and could perhaps understand why he's so frustrated. It was good work from Travis Johnson of Crewe to put him under pressure. Good strength at the back from Leeds. Davis back. Hazana reacts to the pressure, knowing Kenner getting across, and very strong in midfield. Cresswell again. Seen a lot of the ball at right centre back as Stevens tries to pick out a pass for Shackleton. It's going to bounce and trickle out for a goal kick. Perhaps you look at some of the decisions the players are making, you maybe think half-time would be good to refresh it, just drill it into them, certain things that are going to work in these conditions. But of course, the unknown is whether they'll stay the same. The wind keeps changing direction. I think a very bold prediction is this is going to be a low-scoring affair.
Yeah, and I think we've done a lot of really good things so far in this game. I keep mentioning the conditions, considering those. The only downside that we haven't done so well is just the decision making, final ball, just trying to force things at times when it doesn't need to be forced. Like I say, sometimes the best option is just the most simple one. If there's a player stood in front of you 10 yards away, that might be the best pass, the most simple pass. It might just be a day, like I say, just keep doing the most basic, simple things well, and that should create chances.
Yeah, Crewe do well in the middle of the park, and the shot comes in, and it's Finney that hooks it wide. While Leeds have dominated possession, Crewe do keep popping up with the odd flash and a half chance. Been very impressed by Charlie Cresswell again at right centre half. So confident, not only on the ball but getting it back. You mentioned in the under-18s game the other night about how he, bit Ben White-esque, gives them a little yard and then nips in, doesn't have to get so tight to them. And possibly the most improved player I think this season, and there has been a lot of them as well.
The best compliment I can give to him, just break away.
Yeah, chance for Crewe, and Leeds has to come back here. Come on, Mazek, really
save.
Good work. Gets out early. Don't sure whether it was offside. Mazek has been told to put the ball down. So that was a rare opportunity for Johnson to get forward, but good work from Mazek either way. But yeah, back to the Cresswell praise. And
I was just going to say, the best compliment I can give to him, makes the game look simple, makes it look easy. It's almost like a man playing against boys, and that's what I've kind of noticed today more than anything. Just does the simple things well, and that's what you want again from your centre half. You don't want to take any risk, any thrills. Just win your headers, but then be good in possession. Just keep it nice and simple.
Yeah, it's out towards Shackleton, towards the left for Struick. He puts the ball up in the air, looking for Edmondson. It's a decent pass. Stevens is going to get there anyway. He fires it across. Kennett trying to get there. It's going to fall for Edmondson. A chance to shoot. It's blocked. Here's Hosanna. Still got it as Bryce Hosanna, but he's just going to be out-muscled at the very last second. And I thought when Edmondson went for goal there, Ben, that was it. You could see it directly in front of the camera, but the keeper didn't have to make a save. That's twice now the Crewe players have reacted well and blocked a shot from him.
Yeah, great block, and you can imagine Ryan Edmondson there, his eyes must have lit up the way the ball broke to him. He could just say, right, I'm going to put my laces through this, smash it in 1-0, but great defending from the Crewe player just to throw his body on the line.
It's back across the middle of the pitch, and Crewe can bring it forward. Stevens now has to get back. Hosanna was high up the pitch, but he does just that. It's now with Struick again into the final 15 of this first half. Rain coming down ever so slightly. The wind hasn't, but the players will be used to that at least, as Johnson in possession. Good work from Shackleton. Game's past McCalmont by the last couple of minutes. It's been down the flanks for a brief spell. Across comes Cresswell. So the Crewe player goes down, and a little bit of appeal, seemingly suggesting that it was a foul as the Crewe man on the floor, but nothing given by the officials. Stevens yet again getting back, showing his speed. Across the middle of the park, and it's out on the far side for a throw-in. Struick across to Cresswell. Edmondson, good first touch and good hold-up play. Huggins jumping into the challenge and doing enough to help keep the ball in play. He's now got a battle on to get back. Good work from Struick again. Great balance, and here's Noah Kennett. All round solid build-up play. Edmondson into the box. He's got Shackleton on his inside, and it's back to Huggins. He will try and float in the cross towards the far post. Stevens, oh, it's just past the far post and he's missed. Really good work from Huggins. I was thinking then when he got the touch, there's not many players to cross it, so he's not going to do that. But he saw the run from Stevens, which was well timed. He does the right thing. He hits it early, he doesn't try and take a touch, and he's desperately unlucky there.
Yeah, I think what he's tried to do there, Stephen, just try and put it back across the goal into an area, and he's done really well. It'd have been an unbelievable effort to actually score from that tight angle. But no, you're right, where Huggins has crossed. Ryan Edmondson did his work outside the box, so obviously you need to get people in there, but spotted the run from Stevens. So unlucky with his effort just going across face of the goal.
Yeah, it's out to the right. There's a touch from McCalmont. There's Cresswell. Here is Stevens. Gets caught on the ball, but it falls back to Shackleton. He's got Hosanna on his right. He's got Kenner to his left. And it is to Hosanna. Not the best pass, and really forced him wide and made the cross impossible to execute. Leeds will regroup though, and there's Cresswell. Another great bit of work in defence from him. Struick tries to play it over the top. Header from Stevens. 2 chances in a row for him. Good reactions from the keeper.
Great ball from Struick as well. Spotted the run. Initially I thought the pass might have been too straight, the run might have been too straight just to pick out. But did everything right, Stevens. The only thing he could do there, just help it on its way. Fortunately, the keeper just got his angles really well. It fell straight into his hands.
Yeah, Johnson, poor pass. Crewe starting to struggle a little bit in their own half. This is more like it from Leeds as Stevens comes back to McCalmont. The perfect timing now for the Whites to go and get a goal just before half-time. Here is Shackleton. Cresswell to Struick. Lovely diagonal ball across the park to Davis. He looks inside for Huggins, but just can't reach him. Referee judges Leeds to have made a foul in the middle of the park, and it's not given Crewe enough time to take it quicker. They showed a couple of flashes they're going to do that. Run out from the back, and Leeds have to watch out here. Crewe have put some bodies forward. If Leeds can get their head down early, they can attack. But Stevens is going to go cross field. That's better from him. His last one didn't come off. It's towards Huggins. He loses out, and it's now back to Richards in goal. Here is Shackleton. Oh, Shackleton saw the run of McCalmont and Edmondson. I don't think he realised how much time he had. He could have taken it a bit further on if he wanted. Good tackle from Hosanna. Really good. Had to time it well. He does. And a little pat on the back for Heath, just to say, I've got your number there.
That's what I've been really impressed with so far this first half, defensively. Just getting back into shape, into position, and then winning the challenges.
Break off, because here's Edmondson running forward on goal. He's got an option to shoot. He turns it back inside. Shackleton shoots for goal, and it's in. Brilliant from Leeds. Fantastic attack, and Edmondson, the architect for a change. Normally the man that's putting it in, this time for Shackleton. And as Ben mentioned there, a lovely finish, and Leeds deserve their lead. It's 1-0.
Yeah, they do deserve the lead, and it's first bit of real quality in the final third there. We're just mentioning about turning the ball over, getting in good positions defensively. But that occasion, when we have turned it over, we've attacked them with pace. You can see here, initially it was Shackleton with a header, Ryan Emerson's running at the back four, squares it to Shackleton, and to be fair, on his weaker left foot, sorts his feet out. It's a great finish, high into the top corner, and you have to say we do deserve this lead.
Yeah, so perfect timing. Hold on now for the next 5 minutes and then allow the team talk. Just give them that extra lift they might need. So, all good work from Leeds so far. This is the sort of game, if they do retain their Northern title and even the National, this is the sort of game they'll look back on as one they really had to work hard for. In the conditions, as Huggins gets the ball, it's a good driving run. He looks to try and play it into Kenner, who's strong. Is he fouled from behind? Referee says not. In fact, he does. Changes his mind, lets the play go on, and that's great work by Noah Kenner. He's looked quite impressive going forward. A reminder, today's game is brought to you by Deliveroo, Food Freedom. And it is a really good spell this in the game for Leeds. I'll get Ben's thoughts in a second of perhaps what they can do for a second, but so far so good. Davis, and that's now Huggins, just the right-footed option. He is appearing to the man to take it, Davis. He goes short. Crewe perhaps caught out as Huggins is going to take it, switches it towards the far post again. Just too much on it, but being impressed, we say a few times, by his crosses. Perhaps that took a deflection, which it did. And it will be a corner. It is Huggins that's gone across to take it. Corner flag nearly blowing over, such as the speed of the wind, and that ball's going to move as well. Drilled in towards the penalty spots and volleyed just over the bar, and it's Shackleton again that reacted on the edge of the box. But you do feel with the conditions, as we've mentioned them a few times now, a 2-0 lead will be very hard for Crewe to try and come back from. I don't want to jinx it, of course. We know they're going to be in it to the very end, but is it a case of trying something different, or would you prefer Leeds to just play as they are, Ben? It's been solid stuff so far. Yeah,
I don't think we need to change a thing one bit. I thought, like I mentioned, defensively, that's the kind of the backbone that we're building this performance on. And then we just, I say, need that bit of quality in the final third. We got it from Shackleton's finish. Just more of the same. Just keep doing the basic, keep working hard, keep trying to nip in there, winning the second balls, fighting away. Done that superbly in midfield areas so far today.
It just pings off Kenner. Good feet though from Zano. He just gets there in time. Here is Huggins. He's going to bring the ball forward. Keeps carrying it as the young winger. It's a great run, is this. He goes down on the edge of the box. Nothing given. Now Struick has work to do, but it's a good cushioned header. Majek comes out and decides to go with a no-nonsense approach. And in the end, just patted it straight back to Richards. With just a couple of minutes to go in this first half, this Professional Development League Under-23s game. Crewe 0, Leeds 1. And if you've only just tuned in to our LUTV coverage, myself, Tom Hill, Ben Parker, it is a Jamie Shackleton goal in the 39th minute that is the difference. Bringing it forward was Bulu. A reminder, of course, the Championship back on our radar on Saturday. As a free kick goes against Leeds. It is Queen's Park Rangers versus Leeds United. It's the early kick-off coverage on our service, and Cresswell's going to get carded for this. It's in the middle of the park. It's his first challenge. Are you surprised by that, Ben?
Very surprised. It's a foul. Of course it's a foul, but a yellow card for that. I'm not having that one bit.
He does look a little bit surprised, the Leeds man. It was Cresswell with the challenge, I believe.
It was, yeah.
Referee's just put his card up to 6 players in the path, so maybe they've all been booked. Free kick to be taken by Jamie Jones. Leeds need to stay switched on here. Two-man wall is McCalmont and Stevens. Jones's ball in. Struick deals with it. Headed away by Shackleton, who will just head it out of play. Put a little bit too much on that. Jones again. Into Struick, and Crewe give the ball away under not really much pressure from Leeds. It was steady away, but not as intense as they can be. Huggins again, he's having a really good game on that left wing, and he's turned the man inside out 3 times. Gets a little lucky with the 4. Shackleton to McCalmont. Here's Noah Kenner. Kenner might strike for goal, takes a deflection. And it will fall to Stevens, left-footed near post. Just about gets down, does Richards. I think it might have been clipping the upright, Ben, if it was going to go past the keeper, but Al Huggins ending this first half in some real hot form. Fantastic work.
Yeah, I think the Crewe physio is going to have a job at half-time to untangle Travis Johnson, the right back. Turned him inside out 3 times, a couple of little nutmegs. And that's what I like about Niall Huggins. He's so direct, he's so positive when he gets the ball. And like I said, the physio's got some untangling to do for the young right back.
He certainly has. There's no one Kenner. Does well to put some pressure on there. Stevens into stoppage time now. The good news is the rain has stopped being as heavy as it was, and I did think at one point the referee was just going to blow bang on 45 to get out of these conditions. Here is the ball out to the left for Huggins again. He's got an option. There is Shackleton. Dances past one. McCalmont once again looking for Shackleton. The two just give the ball away, and it's good work from Dale on the right-hand side. Again, Crewe guilty of giving the ball away. It is to Shackleton, but the referees decided that is the end of the first half. Just a minute of stoppage time, so the players have done remarkably well there to come through a tough spell with the weather to lead by a single goal to nil. Jamie Shackleton's got it. Join myself, Tom Hill and Ben Parker on LUTV coverage for the second half shortly. Welcome back then to LUTV's coverage of this Professional Development League game on a windy day in Crewe. We have Leeds 1-0 up thanks to Jamie Shackleton's strike in the first half. 3 subs at the break. Liam McCarran is one of them, right in front of the camera. Zeus Burgos is the other, alongside Casey. So we'll confirm who the changes are. Looks like it would well be Huggins, Shackleton and Kenner from the Lux, but we'll double check as Edmondson gets the game on the right, well underway with a quick pass, and says Burgos nips in. He's far too quick to any of those Crewe team to get there. Good work from Leeds at the start of this second half. Myself, Tom Hill, Ben Parker. In fact, knowing Kenner is still on the park, so we'll work out that final change. So we see Leeds. This is all good stuff. One-touch players. It's lovely down the right-hand side now. Can they get into the area? Ball across the face. There is Struick, and it's just going to be headed over. Great chance for Leeds. So in fact, I think Huggins has gone to right wing, which suggests it could be Stevens off the park, Ben, for McCarran. Davis looks off. Struick's come to left back. Case is in the middle, and Burgos is on for Shackleton. But welcome back into the second half coverage.
Yeah, it's a good start. Really positive, straight from the kickoff. Trying to just kind of left where we finished in the first half, being on the front foot, trying to create. And Struick there, he'd be disappointed with the header of the back stick. He'd have fancied himself. But to know with those changes, just seeing Noah Kenner there, just drop into the centre half position. We've seen him play numerous times now alongside Charlie Creswell, who for me was a standout player in the first half. But it'll be more of the same. That'll be the message surely from Carlos Kerberan to the boys at half time. Just keep doing the basics well. We know we're going to create chances, but just be ruthless in that final third when they do come.
Yeah, there is Majacek. Long ball forward. The wind again playing its part, but Edmondson too strong. Free kick given. That is not a free kick. It is a free kick, but it's not. Shouldn't be, I don't think.
Yeah, it is, but it isn't. But it should have never been a free kick. Just used his strength there, Ryan Edmondson. You're actually allowed to use your body. It's a contact sport, you know. I don't know if people have kind of forgotten about this, but he's done really well there, Ryan Edmondson.
Yeah, should be the case. Cresswell the other night, remember it was a contact sport with that crunching challenge for the 18s.
Absolutely loved that challenge.
As we see Hazana just stepping over to get himself set for this throw-in. It's over the head of Huggins, who was such a dangerous player in that first half, and he's off again. As Ben mentioned, he's got a soft spot for him with his direct style of play. He's gone down there. There's no free kick. Here's Hazana into the box. It's another looper to the far post. He's got it and sliced it and out towards the near post, and it is going to be a goal kick. But again, the pace has seemingly looked to be a bit sharp. I mean, I thought the players' first 15 minutes struggled with the wind and the rain, obviously in their faces. It was hard to maybe G yourself up, but maybe it looks like the instructions from Carlos and the rest of the coaching staff is to maybe pick up the tempo, because down the right hand side so far it's been all one touch. It's been very quick. And
sometimes as a player and as a team you can sense that the game's there for the taking, and that's what it just automatically increases your sharpness. And I think that's what the boys are just doing at the moment. They can sense, get the second goal, it should really kill the game off, and they just sense at the moment they're bang on top.
Well, it's a mistake at the back, and Crewe are in. Majacek's come out to try and clear it. It's hit the back of a Crewe player. And Leeds do get away with one, because that short ball, I think it might have been Noah Kenner playing it back and perhaps just got lost where it was on the park, and not enough of a touch. It will be what looks to be a throw into Crewe.
But there's the warning sign.
Once they find the football, it's gone missing. I hope they've got another. Well, here we are.
Here we go. But no, the warning sign's there. as much as we've probably been the dominant team, don't get sloppy, especially playing out from the back on a day like today. I said do things in the right areas. Could just see Crewe there just try to have a bit more of a press. Didn't seem to do that too much in the first half. So if they're going to do that in the second half, just have that in back of your mind. Know you're going to get closed down that little bit quicker. So just always have that option. Always see a pass where you want it to go before the ball's arrived to you.
Yeah, good work in midfield from Leeds. Deflection on the edge of the box though. It's going to fall back to Crewe. Here they come again. Finney comes in. Majacek just about gets a hand to it. For a second I thought it just crept under his body, Ben, but he managed to react and get a better palm to it second time around. And well, start of the second half, Leeds could have scored twice with 2 attacks and Crewe could have just scored.
Yeah, and it's it can be difficult as well going into the win now. We had it behind us in the first half, but second half just times where you just think, oh, the pass might not get there. All of a sudden gets the win behind it, just goes over your head that little bit more. Even when you're trying to clear your lines, you don't really clear them as well as you're hoping to due to the win. So there's these little elements you've just got to just adjust your game just ever so slightly.
Yeah, up to the left. Here is Strick. Tuno and Kennett. Goes across to Cresswell. Hazana causing problems with his late run there. To Majacek again. He was out nice and quick. Ball forward. Hazana with a timely interception. There's Casey looking for Bogus. It's just going to stretch too far. Bogus does well to ride a challenge at first, but then he gets a free kick, which is a good call from the ref. He was definitely impeded. Good to see him back out there for the 23s, of course, in this second half. Kenner just telling Struick to get further up the pitch. Good ball to Struick, and the two combine. Now what can you do with the cross? Doesn't go first time. Instead it goes to Burgess, who tried to curl it all the way around the outside to Huggins. That was a difficult pass. It's over the top, and out comes Majacek, and Leeds will take that, Ben, because it was an attempted counter from Crewe, which pretty early doors looked like it was neutralised. Everyone can calm down, start again, and almost got in behind for a free kick.
Yeah, but going forward, the first 7 minutes you've seen Pascal Struick, that left back position, now start of the second half, bombing forward. And when he won that initial header, I thought, right, wrap your foot round it, cross it in first time. But just slowed it down, give the ball away. But it didn't come to anything.
Yeah, ball up towards Edmondson. Over the top. Good turn away. As Anna gets there as well. Here's McCalmont. Good interception from Crewe. Edmondson chasing back though. And now Crewe on the attack, and it is with Finney. Finney puts the ball forward, and that's easy for Leeds, and looked to be a bit more dangerous at first. I think the fact that Finney got in the way was a benefit for Leeds. A reminder, our coverage for the first team championship this Saturday, the 18th of January. The kickoff is at 12:30 off this road. The 12:30 kickoff for QPR versus Leeds. Well, alongside me, Ben Parker will be there, hoping for a return to winning ways. Here is McCarron. He's looking for a pass. It didn't come to a teammate, so he has to go back and retrieve it. Hazana comes across, and Crewe are looking a bit more dangerous in the second half. It is with Onyeka. Crewe still have possession across the face. Leeds need to switch on here. Cresswell trying to push them away from goal. And eventually Kennett hooks it away, looking for McCarron. Johnson gets to it first. McCarron all over the back of him. Referee's going to give a free kick. Yeah, there's more unsettling signs for Leeds in the second half than there was the first, Ben.
Like I mentioned, from a defensive point of view, been in games where like, the wind's in your face and it's a nightmare. You just can't clear your lines. You think you just can't squeeze out as a unit. But what you got to do is just stay sharp, and especially in your mind, just following runners, keep compact as well as a defensive unit. Don't allow gaps in between you.
Yeah, Jones swings the ball in, headed back inside. Mazek's going to get underneath it. Good work from Kamil Mazek. He on the attack straight away. It is to Hazana. Hazana's down the right. Good touch. It's across. Free kick though to Crewe. Perhaps slightly from behind from Casey.
I thought he won the ball. I thought he did well. Positioned himself well, did Ollie Casey. And again, a player who we've seen a lot of, especially playing centre half, but coming in holding midfield kind of role. Seen him do that handful of times for the 23, so it'd be no problem in playing in that position.
No, certainly not. There's a number of these players, as we always mention, have to slot into each other's roles to help, not only when they're on the pitch together, moving in and out of transitions, but only when players have got injured as well. Take this free kick short to Crewe. Ball in behind, it's good work. Better from Burgos getting a foot in, but Leeds have got nobody in the middle of the park putting pressure on as the Crewe team come forward. Block from Cresswell. It's going to come to Mazek again, who keeps picking up on these scraps and the pieces, but Leeds have to settle. McCalmont. Ball was won, but bit of a double team effort. And then Burgos fires in it. He's going to get a little bit more scrappy. Then the Crewe player tackles his own teammate, but Burgos won a free kick in the build-up anyway. Just in the centre of the park, Crewe seemingly winning a bit more of the battles. Of course, with two new players in there, it's always going to be the case that it takes time to adapt. As Anna gives it away. Out towards the right now for Johnson. McCarran does really well to put his body across and just make sure he can win a rather timely goal kick, because it's not as intense as Leeds had it in the first half, Ben, but it's certainly one-way traffic the last 5 minutes.
Well, it seems to have done Crewe, just gambled more bodies going forward and kind of packed out the midfield area just by allowing the wide men just to roll in off the line, and just like saying, just kind of more doubling up in the midfield areas, winning the second balls, because that were a big feature of our performance in the first half, winning the seconds and then go and countering from that. But that's what's in Crewe doing at the moment so far this second half. Try and crowd that midfield area, win the seconds themselves, and then gamble more bodies going forward.
Johnson into Dale. Karen goes to ground early. Doesn't get to the ball. Struitt gets an important touch to that one. Now with Johnson in midfield. There is Dale. Gets it across to the left, and Crewe looking the better team on the ball. Leeds scrappy. Kenner through the back. These important moments for Leeds. They'll just try to step the foot on the ball. Referee's going to get his card out. He's going to counter as Bogus. Or is it? I think it's Bogus that put his foot on the ball to stop the quick free kick, and well, yellow card.
It could give 10 yellow cards. It could give 10 a game for stuff like that.
We'd have no team. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
Well,
free kick given against Crewe. Well, I counted 4 or 5 times that each team did it in the first half.
Exactly. It's part and parcel of the game.
Mazek to take this free kick, which I think was for offside. Here is Kenner. Majek. Majek has been given enough time to dance around the edge of the penalty box. Struvic tries to bring it under control. Has to get back now. Good little shoulder barge as Casey stopped in his tracks. Kenner comes across, and Leeds really need to get a hold of this game in the middle of the park. Edmondson's going to try and come across to help out, and his pressure just forcing Crewe sideways for a little bit. In behind it goes. It's going to bounce out of play all the way for a Leeds goal kick. Out towards the far right. Crewe get the throw in. Get to see too many Crewe subs, which of course could alter the game. It's back to Richards now. Over the top, and in behind it is with Onyeka. Out towards the far left. Oh, great save from Majek. Not offside. Such a good save. And keeping Leeds in front.
And you have to say, hopefully that'll just spark us into life, because we've not been great the second half. We haven't come out of the traps. It's Crewe having all the territory, all the play going towards our goal. But just an instinctive reaction save there from Majek, just throwing himself towards the ball. Hopefully hit him. Thankfully it did. Like I say, sometimes in a game you have little moments like that as a team where it just sparks you back into life.
Yeah, this could be well it as McCarron goes inside to McCalmont. McCalmont dribbling his way into the box, wants to try and cross it back. He flicks it to Edmondson. Edmondson's got it now. Shot comes in, and it's not going to trouble Richards from the edge of the box. Richards again in possession. Cresswell beaten to it by Onyeka. He's on his bike trying to get back. Onyeka into the box. He's got options across the face. Headed away bravely. Only as far out as Dale on the edge of the box. He scuffs it. And Leeds ride their luck once again. Struvic now bringing the ball away. I said it was going to be a low-scoring affair. The way the second half's going, I think my prediction might be coming to look a little bit foolish.
We just look a bit anxious, a little bit just rushed in his defending. Just so like what we were in the first half.
Yeah, ball over the top again. And it is with Majek. The ball trickles out of play.
But again, mentioning it, when you play into the wind, sometimes you just got to grind things out. Just play in the right areas, do the right things at the right time. I just think in possession we're going a bit too long, and what that's doing, the passing getting there due to the conditions. And then we mentioned the amount of bodies Crewe have got in the midfield now. They're going to win the second balls, and then they can go counter from that. So maybe just try and keep it short, and that takes a lot of bravery, does that, to receive a pass on a difficult pitch. But that's what we've got to do. This is what we train for. We train to play passes to his feet, not too much long ball kind of stuff. And that's what we're just trying to fall into the trap of, where we're under the cosh, conditions ain't great. Look, we'll try and go a bit longer. And all we're doing there, just trying to win the seconds.
Yeah, Edmondson's into the box. What a good run this is. He cuts it back, and it's just going to be cleared by Mbulu. Good work from Edmondson. Feeding off those scraps as the linesman flags for a free kick. Edmondson showing a little bit too much strength from behind. Referee having a word with him. I don't think Edmondson's taken too kindly to the decision. It is Richards to take this free kick. Good header away. Really good header. Nearly puts Leeds back on the attack. McCarron nips in. Leeds do have a bit of a boost from that Myers-X save, which is exactly what Ben mentioned. Probably woken them up a little bit. Ball in. Great work. Struick might fancy a drive from goal. It's to McCarmont. This would be a lovely finish if Leeds can cap it off. Bogas gets to it. It's blocked on the edge of the box. And Crewe will come away. And now Leeds have defending to do because Onyeka, he's trying to get past Kenner. Here is Jones. It's good work from Noah Kenner. Stands him up perfectly. Out of play for a throw-in.
It must be a nightmare for strikers to play against Noah Kenner because you think you get away from him, but he always manages to get that leg just nipping in front of you to get a touch of the ball and get it away.
Yeah, it's ball back into the middle of the park. Back towards Mbulu. Onyeka. Kenner gets to it. Onyeka's going to try and chip it in. Doesn't get any height or loft, and Leeds come away with McCarron. McCarron's going to drive his way towards the touchline. Slips on what is best described as a swamp near the touchline.
And nearly takes the camera out at the same time as well.
Yeah, very, very muddy down this near side near our camera. As McCarmont gets to it, it is that Shackleton goal that's the difference. Good work from Offord in midfield. Finney in possession. He goes for goal on the most powerful strike that Crewe have hit in terms of pure shot power, but far too much and over Myers-X's goal. But again, Karl Myers-X coming out of the box, just trying to again give the instructions to his team, because Crewe have had 2 or 3 good chances in the second half, and on another day could have taken them.
They have. What's the think it's a little bit fortunate now. Crewe are taking advantage of this. I just mentioned the defending, just been so rash. Just not what I like first. Because first half we were excellent as a collective unit, but you know what, Crewe doing really well, getting behind us, getting down the side of us. You can see just another occasion there, players challenging for the same ball. Just need to relax. Just take the sting out of the game. Just have a period of 5 minutes or so where, I say, just calm down. Everyone just get into the shape, get into a rhythm again. You can see Ollie Case just having a bit of a limp there. Hopefully it's nothing too serious for him.
Yeah, of course, collided with his own teammate. That ball comes up to Edmondson. Potential nudge in the back there as Bogas comes for it. Referee has given it. Carlos Cobra on the far side is pleased to see that from the officials. Cresswell to take this. Puts his foot right underneath it to Struick. Good first touch from Pascal Struick. Here is McCarron. Good feet from McCarron. Struick looking for McCarmont. Oh, it's a great turn. Now he keeps going, McCarmont. Really good feet for the Northern Ireland International. Shoots for goal. Then he pops up, and it's a different side of his game we're not often used to seeing, because he has to play a bit deeper sometimes in this 23. Sprays the ball about, but got a few tricks up his sleeve as Noah Kennett. It's a poor back pass. Here comes Finney. Myers-X comes out, gets a hand to it, and again it's a good touch. No penalty. And Karl Myers-X has come to lead his rescue twice now. And you just get the impression it's a case of when are Crewe going to punish them, because they just keep knocking on the door.
We're just not adjusted to the conditions whatsoever. Long ball, misjudged the flight of it, and then the bounce as well. And yesterday Myers-X done it superbly there, just to get a touch on the ball. But I have to give a bit of credit to Noah Kennett. Initial mistake from him, but you can easily as a player just give it up, and hopefully the keeper bails you out. But it's tracked back. It's a good job he did follow it in, because there'd have been a tap-in. But no, we just need to wake up now.
Yeah, ball in. It's over the top. It's a shocker from Crewe. That's just what Leeds need. Yeah, McCarran with his right leg caked in mud. Comes across towards this near touchline. Marzek in no rush. Ben pointed it out in the first half. You can see by the trees just behind Callum Marzek how windy it is today in Crewe. So I don't expect Ryan Edmondson to be deep inside Crewe's half for this goal kick. Just comes towards halfway. Bulu. Bogus putting the pressure on, forcing Crewe to go early with the clearance downfield. They've nearly kept it in. In fact, Dale just about fails to do so. Under 23s back in action on Friday. They've got, of course, QPR on Saturday. Game's coming thick and fast now. Stewick up towards the edge of the box. Kenner clears. A reminder, today's game brought to you by Deliveroo. Food freedom. McCalmont really trying to drag this team through it, Ben, in this second half. He's leading by example, just try to tick them over, a bit of trickery here and there to give everyone a bit of time and space. And these regular 23s players need to come to the fore. We'll just stop for a second because Cresswell's under pressure. But he goes back to Marzek. But one man in the first half that had such an influence was Niall Huggins, but he's better had a kick in the second. And
you have to give credit to Crewe for that. They've been dominant this half. But no, you're right with Alfie McCalmont. He's the one player there, the skipper, just trying to drag us through this period. And it's going to take a different type of performance from what we've been used to in recent weeks, where you just got to grind it out. Sometimes sacrifice the performance just to get the victory. We've heard Marcelo Bielsa say that in the past, what he seemed to notice, and the big difference being in the Championship. And I think we've got to take a leaf out of that kind of book because, like I say, it's not going to be a day for nice free-flowing football this half.
Yeah, here they come then, Crewe. One of their subs has come on, which is Aaron Lomas. Bogus comes forward. Referee gives a free kick. Before that, by the way, he gave Owen Dale a yellow card for a challenge in the air. Now Bogus is unhappy. On a card, of course, for standing on a free kick, so he'll have to watch himself. Putting the ball down is Oliver Finney. He's got Jones alongside him. He's got Christian Mbulu as well. I think Mbulu just had a word with him as to perhaps what he's trying to do. And the way he's shaping up suggests he might be going for goal. Karl Marzek is just creeping down behind the post, trying to assess where he wants his team to stand. Into the final 18 minutes. Johnson lurking as well. And it's going to be Finney. Good block from Edmondson. Bit of a karate kick to get it away. Header back across, a chance for Crewe, and it's going to be in, and Jones has volleyed home, and the warning signs were there for all to see in the second half. And Crewe are back level. Unfortunately, Ben, we can't say it's not deserved for this second half.
No, it's disappointing how it's come about as well, because from the free kick, got the block on the wall with Ryan Edmondson. And it's the second phase we just didn't pick up, just switched off. It's just a hopeful, just a little clip towards the back stick. And this is where you just need to mention the organisation, just needs to stay switched on. And we haven't fallen asleep and we've been punished.
Yeah, Leeds trying to come forward on the attack straight away with McCarran, who slips. And now Crewe on the attack again. Leeds had put bodies forward, and then the ball from Finney to Johnson. It's very heavy. Johnson goes past McCarran. McCarran goes down in the box with a challenge. Referee said he's won the ball, and quite simply he had to. Mistimes that, and it's a penalty. It's a disastrous minute for Leeds. There's Offord. Here is Huggins on the counter, nipping in. A slip from Crewe. Now Huggins running at them like he does so well, trying to dribble his way through. Can he find Edmondson? He can find Mateus Bogus, He will play it to Edmondson again. Huggins is at the far post. Edmondson goes for goal. Here comes McCalmont. And eventually Crewe can hook it clear, but it's not the crispest counter. Might have been looking a little bit scruffy at parts, but it was a determined one, Ben, with players charging forward.
There's a real chance for that, just to capitalise. We haven't had too many times to get in the final third of Crewe, but Huggins done well to initially win the ball, and it looked sharp bursting forward, but then it just kind of come to a halt, did the rhythm of the attack, and Crewe got numbers back and managed to clear, but that might just be, again, another spark, hopefully.
Yeah, ball forward. Here is McCalmont. McCalmont goes down the line. See Huggins, who stays on this left. He's going to dribble again. He's looked so sharp. He slides in. Perhaps didn't need to commit himself as early. Johnson's bought that free kick. He just threw his legs across McCarron to win it. The referee has fallen for that. And it is going to be a free kick to Crewe and then to their own box. Richards takes, goes up into the air, it's fired back. Struitt comes across a cover and does well, doesn't get a touch of that, so Leeds will win a goal kick into the final 14 minutes. Tough one because of the conditions and how it's gone, but what Carlos Corberán will be thinking in terms of would he have taken a draw? I mean, considering the first half displayed and the chances Leeds had, and knowing Carlos like we do and interviewing him as passionate as a manager he is, I'd suggest if it stays like this, it'll be disappointment rather than relief.
Yeah, he will be disappointed, like I say. Knowing what Carlos Corberán's like, it's so demanding of the players, and rightly so. And the winners, and that's the big thing that strikes you, being around the 23s. They love winning games of football, love winning trophies, even at this young age. So, no, I'd be disappointed as long as if it stays like this, but still plenty of football to be played, and hopefully we can nick that second goal.
Yeah, superb work from Alpha McCalmont, digging his heels in and sliding in to win possession. Here is Pascal Strake. McCalmont's come short again. Looks to try and play the ball over the top, and it was meant for McCarron. Eventually does get to him, so it's a successful pass, but the wind ruined the chance he wanted. McCarron coming forward, don't let him shoot from Crewe, goes to goal. Well, that's a real poor lapse in concentration from Crewe. It's great news for Leeds that they let him go from range from there, because he's playing with confidence, got a goal the other week, and so unlucky for Leeds, Ben.
And what they've done last couple of minutes, Karen's gone out onto the right hand side, Huggins onto this left. You can see they're cutting onto his stronger left foot. I'm so unlucky. Good effort though.
Yeah, here is Majacek. Bundles that ball out to Cresswell. Edmondson brings it under control, or at least try to find a teammate. It's Casey. Cresswell's going to have to try and get back. There's long legs of his will be tired after Thursday's exploits. Across the face, chance for Crewe. Great save again. Majacek just about opened up his body up at the right time. And now across to Pascal Strake, who will bring it away. But what a good few players that shown a lot of potential in the first half, but 3 saves now that have denied certain goals. Majacek's got to the man of the match at the moment.
No, he's done well.
Oh, great work from Huggins. He's possibly the next candidate. Gets Ben's thoughts in a second as McCalmont searches for Edmondson. It's over his head again. These long balls just not working for Leeds. Flag's gone up against Edmondson. And that is a free kick to Crewe. But you're back to Majacek, Ben.
What he's done really well is he's just got his angles superbly well, positioned himself excellently, and then used his big frame just to either get a leg or get a hand onto efforts. But now the disappointing defensively, we just seem static, hoping someone else is going to do the job, hoping someone else is going to pick up the runners coming in. If I was in there, do it yourself. Go. Take the responsibility on your own shoulders and try and defend properly. But I've just been too static in the second half.
Yeah, ball down the left. Here is Cresswell. He slips and That surface really causing problems in parts now, and here come Crewe. Here's Onyeka. Kenna's come across the face of goal. It's fired past. It's quite greedy from Onyeka, and Leeds will be grateful for that. But I mean, that would have been such a shame to concede, because Cresswell's got it covered. He slips, and before you know it, they're on the edge of the box.
Yeah, you can see the pitch now. It's cutting up loads.
That time of year, pitch has been through nearly all weathers. No snow, but I can't talk about that too much. I might curse. Our cameraman might be quite annoyed if it starts. Here is Bryce's Hannah. A little push pass out towards McCarran. It's effective. McCarran coming forward, looking for Edmondson. It's a good ball. It's flicked back. Azana. McCalmont's on the edge of the box. He'll pick him out. Right-footed strike. It's just too tame. It's on target, though. And again, McCalmont's another player in the second half that has stood up to it. Again, a reminder, Shackleton with the goal. Jones with the goal for Crewe. And this game brought to you by Deliveroo Food Freedom. Ben, your thoughts on that counter there by Leeds?
Best passage of play we've had since the first half, in my opinion. Really good play, good passing. Unlucky with the finish, because you could see what he's trying to do, just trying to bend it into that far corner. Just didn't sit out at the post too far enough. But no, entering now into the final 10 minutes. You just wanted to, like, again, can we build on that? Can we play in the right areas? Can we get like Huggins on the ball? Can we get McCarran isolated 1v1? Can we get Bogus near the goal? You just want all your good quality attacking players in the right areas, and then all you need that little bit of quality, hopefully.
Yeah, ball forward. Another up and under. Leeds need to try and get it on the floor and get in behind that way. Zazana was the target from McCalmont, and that one did stand up on the drenched pitch, but only too close to Richards. Crewe trying to go early, give Leeds the ball back. Straight back to Richards again. Edmondson, I feel, just maybe, it's like he's got a headphone in listening to what I'm saying. He's not enjoying the long ball shot because he can't do anything with it.
It's just the service, like, there. I think Chad Cresswell's kind of tried to play for the wind. Hopefully the wind had, like, the gust had build up and just hold the ball up in the air, but died down a little bit. Ball got a bit too much on it, gone through to the goalkeeper. So look, it is difficult, but like I say, you do feel sorry for Ryan. He's working ever so hard, just not having that kind of service up to him. There's another cheap free kick, just goes against us.
Yeah, Leeds have to get back. McCarran is the man that's bursting to get back. Hazana's interception is timely. It is coaching staff out there trying to give the instructions. Leeds give the ball away again. Carlos Carbran urges everybody to get back. Bogus trying to get Jones off the ball. Jones throws him away, and Leeds just trying to frustrate Crewe as Onyeka comes forward. It hits Cresswell twice. He has to get it away and does. Swung back in by Luke forward towards the far post. Dale volleys it straight into a very grateful Kamal Mazek. Here's McCalmont driving forward. Pascal Struick again. Tremendous fitness levels for Leeds that he's still able to go with his teammate McCalmont to Huggins. Johnson will come across to put him under pressure. Johnson will know what's coming. A trick or two. Trying to get it across the face of goal. He does. He's blocked for a corner. I mean, you mentioned earlier you wouldn't enjoy playing against Noah Kenner. Don't think I'd enjoy playing against Niall Huggins, to be honest.
Not on the this current form. I say the big thing I really like about him is so positive. Like, they could have easily just received a pass and then just laid it off backwards and think, right, I've done my job, I've kept the ball. But he's not in the team to do that. He's in the team to get at fullbacks, create chances, try and get the goals.
Here taken short to McCalmont. Towards the far post. It's a chance for Leeds. They can prod it in. And Pascal Struick will do just that. Lovely ball in from Alpha McCalmont. And it's enough to give Struick just that little sniff of a chance for a goal. And he takes it. And Leeds have been under so much pressure in the second half. And with 7 to go, they lead 2-1.
It's come against the run of play. Like you mentioned there, Crewe have had several chances this second half. But won a corner kick just by Niall Huggins, just been so direct, so positive. And great delivery, a little short corner to Alfie McCalmont. Just puts into an area. And the lads we've got attacking, Struick there gets on end of it. Great little touch. And we've got six minutes plus the stoppage time to hang on to, which will be a vital 3 points now.
Yeah, fine work indeed. Edmondson puts the pressure on early doors. Cresswell heads away, and Leeds, as Ben mentioned, have got to handle the pressure. It's going to come in some serious numbers by the looks of things from Crewe, of what we've seen in the second half. Leeds are punished for a free kick. Just desperation to get it. Waiting for it to be taken. Eventually it is. Isaac comes out. Calm Isaac brings it under control. And the universal signal for calm down is being mimicked by Ben Parker alongside me, and exactly what Marzek does.
Yeah, good. It's not the point all the time in the game to try and start another counter-attack. Just take the sting out of the game now.
Yeah, that's what Leeds need to try and do for the next, perhaps, 6 or 7 minutes, including that bit of stoppage time. Cresswell stands up, the Crewe man. Referee gives a free kick. The training groundsman's got some work to do this week. If he's thought he's got an easy week at work.
Think again.
That pitch is in some seriously bad shape due to the conditions and the players up and down that part. Marzek comes out early and punches, and he gets a good hand to it as well. And Burgess goes long over the top. It's a chance for a foot race, and now Liam McCallum's going to go try and win it. He's hacked down. Well, yellow cards have been given by this referee on a number of occasions, and he's been pretty consistent. You've got to say that to him now. He's coming across towards Jones and saying, listen, I've got to card you. McCarron was away. I don't understand the appeal. I mean, I think he's got to touch the ball, but he can't deny that he's touched Liam McCarron before it.
It's a blatant yellow card, and luckily enough, he had 2 of his teammates back with him. Otherwise, it'd have been a certain red, in my opinion, because McCarron got to the ball first, used his pace, used his power. And like I say, I don't know what he's moaning about, because it's definitely a blatant yellow card.
Yeah, here is Burgess in possession. He swings it towards the far post. Back into the middle. Burgess will go for goal. Richards has to palm it into the 4 chances on it. Oh, the keeper's done very well. Surprised he's got back to his feet. I thought he was going to be in some bit of injury trouble, to be honest, because Bryce Susanna did not miss him. Had every right to go for the ball, more importantly. I mean, with players come on Marzek, and we've got to take a hat off to the keeper.
Like a steam train coming in there, Bryce Susanna. Came from literally nowhere. And I like the attempt from Bogus, just because it's tested the keeper, got it to dip just in front of him. Keeper could only parry it. And Bryce Susanna, like a clinical striker, steaming in there for rebound, and so unlucky not to wrap this game up with a 3rd goal.
Yes, we've had some good keeping from both opposite ends. Here is Hosanna. Burgess, shoulder barge according to the poll, but not given. Nearly got in the way of that free kick. We got a card for that earlier, so he's about to be sent off.
I was thinking, don't do that. Not the way this referee is so eager to give yellows at the moment.
That's a kick from Richards straight underneath Casey, who heads it away. Johnson now. Here comes Niall Huggins. Throw in to be taken by Johnson into the last couple of minutes. What a win this would be, by the way, for the 23s. Big week for them. Games coming left, right and centre really every couple of days for a long while now. So these players need to stay fit as Crewe fly with the tackle, and it's Woodthorpe that concedes it. But yeah, to win, to put pressure on the likes of Burnley and Forest above you, with Birmingham who sit below you in the table next up. It's one of those that could define your season really for Leeds. And it's not the football Ben got to watch last week, the 5-0 success over Hull. So showing both sides of their armoury today. Again, brave header from Leeds at the back. Bogus has to watch himself when coming in from behind. Calmon's terrific from him in the. I mean, it was good in the first half, but I think in the second half he's perhaps shown that it's not that we've never thought he had that fight in him, but we're normally so used to seeing him being the man that controlled games. He's had to roll up those sleeves, metaphorically.
Yeah, we've needed him to do as well. Just to grind us through. the game. Just try and get some sort of foothold and just some bit of territory, really. And like I say, just always battling away, fighting for the first, second balls, and so invaluable when you're playing with a player like that.
Yeah, long ball over the top, and Struick's going to come towards this left side. It's a deflection. He'll take his time and then assess his options for the throw-in. He's not got all of it though, and Johnson's nipped in. Leeds could have done with just waiting there and letting Edmondson come back, play it out from the back. McCalmont looks for Edmondson up top. Good work from Huggins once more. Tackle was nearly there for Bogus. Perhaps that card is lingering in his mind as Woodthorpe goes down the line. Hazanat, terrific strength, pushed to the floor. Taking the words out of my mouth, Ben.
He's done excellent there. Nip in front of his winger and then buy a free kick.
Down the line, looking for Edmondson again, who's led the line well. Little service, but got the assist for Shackleton. Header up and towards the middle of the park. Cresswell heads away. Big moment this leads into stoppage time here on LUTV. Still Crewe 1, Leeds 2, and that's a good tackle from Casey. Edmondson again. McCalmont gets to the ball, does he? Gets a touch. Referee says yes. Huggins to Nowen-Kenner. There's Struick. Huggins just puts his foot through it. Leads him to try and marshal this game well. Can't afford to give cheap possession away. Casey crunching challenge on Finney. The referee, I think, is going to stop the game for a free kick. Oh, sorry, for an injury. I think he feels it's a ball-winning challenge. Well, a bit confused here, really, because I thought the referee was going to blow it for full time. But he let the play go on. Oh, he was just checking if Finney was okay. I'm guessing he's moaned in pain a little bit, because he did seem to be quite concerned, the ref.
I thought it was a stranger from the referee. Surely it's not him who decides when to stop it. If it's an edge injury, yeah, fair enough, but it was nowhere near being that. Now Crewe got the ball back in dangerous area.
Yeah, here come Crewe again. Up and under. Leeds have to deal with this. Going to be knocked back. A chance. Superb. Oliver Casey, the man that's come across. And that's why Cresswell's gone to find his under-18s teammate, or ex now, considering the development of the pair. And those two have formed a solid partnership together over the years. And same again there. Into the 93rd minute of stoppage time now. Or 3rd minute of stoppage time. The 93rd minute of the game. Crewe with a corner. Karen asking how long's left as that ball comes in. Have to deal with it, far post. It's dealt with well. Here is Struick. Leads his players begging for that full-time whistle, and Pascal Struick's going to carry this as long as he possibly can. How's he got the fitness levels to do it? He's still on his way. The goal scorer of that second goal. And there is McCarran. It's back to Kenner. And Crewe's players look spent. They've given everything in this second half, and Leeds now are going back to that quick passing, that one-touched, two-touch football max. Here's McCalmont assessing his options. He loops it to the far post. There's nobody there. And Leeds must get back as Crewe pile forward. Still no sign of the referee putting whistle to his mouth. McCarran nips in. Crewe want a free kick. Sorry, it's Bogus. Bogus is going to come forward. Bogus is going to be denied as the referee has called time on this professional development league game. So while Bogus had the chance to score, he won't care. Callis Colburn jokes and laughs at the state of this pitch. What a victory for Leeds in very, very poor conditions. It's a 2-1 win. Shackleton and Struick, the goal scorers. Thanks once again for listening.